Rebecca, how are you doing this morning?
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. What are you up to?
Well, I hear there's about to be another governor announcement here.
Oh, yeah? Who do you think that's going to be?
I'm not sure yet. I just heard through the grapevine.
Oh, I
Well,
see.
here just a little bit.
You realize you're in the news business, right?
Yes.
Oh, wait, we haven't announced that yet. So maybe we should talk about it. I got to tell you, I'm super excited to talk about this. This has been something that Rebecca and I have been working on for months, probably since July. I think it was the first time we actually talked about it, but we put a lot of work into it. So I'll just go ahead and let you make the announcement. What are we doing? What are we talking about?
Well, you and I have started Open Range Record, and what we are going to do is try to spotlight the legislators, things going on in the session, things that matter to people all over Wyoming. So we'll have guest writers. If people want to go to Cheyenne and keep up with the session, contact us and we'll arrange that for them. And we're going to give real news, and that's going to be different than opinions that are news. And so
yeah, I mean, that's pretty close. But what the Open Range Record is a brand new news platform. The site is live right now if you go to openrangerecord.com. And it's first, I'm pretty impressed with the guy that designed the website. I think it's fantastic. And but it's a clean look. And let me go ahead and put let's see here, Open Range. Whoops. If I spelled our website right, that would be great. But it's a brand new news platform. And like Rebecca said, our goal is to have news on the news page and opinion on the opinion page, which is something that you don't get now. And as I mentioned just a minute ago, what you get now from just about every news outlet is opinion that is wrapped up as news. I don't know. I can't think of the last time I read a news article where it was, here's the facts, here's what this person said, here's what this person said, make up your own opinion or make up your own mind. We don't get that. And I mean, that's the reason why we wanted to do this, isn't it?
Yes. And there's so many people, just like when I was busting the 110,000 scam, that took a lot of effort combing through documents, all these public record requests. Well, you're really holding a smoking gun, but there's so many special interests against you getting the story out there. They don't want to, the news has, they don't want to just tell the truth, or else, might be mass panic. So so all these people around Wyoming that are, Don Marcourt, Tina Johnson, Kathy Russell, Laura Pavey. I hope some of those people will do guest shots on our program. We've kind of talked to them about it already. And we're going to have a live broadcast every evening during the session, just a quick recap where people can see what actually happened that day. Would you like to talk about any of our other features, David?
Oh, yeah. So I tell you what, let me show the audience what exactly we're talking about. And we'll kind of run through. I messed up and put this program. Maybe I can show you this. Let's see here. I messed up and put the live program on the website. And I didn't realize that I couldn't show the website because if I did, it would create this weird audio loop. So sorry about that. All right, so let me see here if I can get this going. Maybe I can. Yeah, there it is. All right, so I guess I should have tested this before we went online. But go to openrangerecord.com and you can check it out for yourself. Some of the features of the program. Or of the site, you'll notice that it's broken up into a couple of different news categories. There's federal news, which you're always going to have that right now. One story is Chuck Gray running for the U.S. House of Representatives. So you'll find that on the main Wyoming page. But so there's federal news, Wyoming news, just kind of general. And one thing that I'm really excited about is investigative reporting, because there's a lot of people statewide that have really been digging into some things in their own community that they think are wrong. And one of the big stories that's right at the top of the page right now is one that you have been digging into, Rebecca. And I think the article is titled "The Huge 110,000th Scam." So why don't you just give our audience the Cliff Notes version of what that piece is?
Well, I stumbled on a scam going on here in Teton County where local housing authorities try to pretend, they don't actually pretend, they'll fill out property tax exemption applications, basically alluding to the fact that they own a building, but they actually don't. Who owns it are these large private equity firms on the East Coast. The developers are paying themselves seven figures to facilitate the deals. No money's in it on the developer. This is all taxpayer funded. And then the kick in the teeth is when the tenants get into the building, they're not required to be low income after the first year. They don't have to have a tax return to get into the building, to like a paycheck stub will work. And so this is all over the place. I've been stonewalled. So since August, I've been trying to get public record requests out of the Wyoming Community Development Authority. They have yet to give me a single document. Can you believe that? I lawyered up 2 months ago, still nothing. The Casper Housing Authority gave me one management agreement. I've been dealing with their lawyers for months. They do not want you to know this. So I'm actually hosting a town hall. You and I will be in Casper. We'll be in Bar None Thursday night at 5:30 p.m. Dinner on me at the hangar. And I'm going to break down what's going on in Natrona County. But I wrote this piece because it affects really everybody in Wyoming. And you spend all this time and then you send it to the cow pie, and well, they want affordable housing. They don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Or getting ripped off, or it's a scam, or the people don't pay property tax. They don't care about any of that as long as we keep getting affordable housing. And so that was just one of the reasons that I was motivated to do this project with you.
Well, I think one of the big points there, and I think you make it pretty clear in the piece, that these buildings are not really owned by Wyoming citizens. The one in Jackson, it's pretty much owned by this Montana company, Blue Line Development, it's called. And we're not talking small dollar numbers here. We're talking like, tens of millions. Yeah, 20 million, 30 million. The one in Casper, that one's owned by an East Coast equity firm. I mean, and they don't have to pay property taxes. Think about that. You have to pay property taxes because if you don't, they'll take your house. But these out-of-state firms that own these giant buildings, that were paid for with your money, and which still blows my mind. But anyway, it's a great piece. It's on the top of the Open Range Record. And I figured it out. Let me go ahead and show our audience what the website looks like.
I like the one you did on the Wyoming Business Council. Somebody needs to bust.
Yeah, that one was fun. All right, so here's what the top of the page looks like. It's really simple and clear, and it's easily navigable. This is what I was talking about, how we've got different news categories in this one, Wyoming Watch, and when the session kicks off, there'll be lots of stories that are just related to the House of Representatives. And then there will be stories that are kind of specific to what's happening in the Senate. And then this one right here is one that I'm pretty proud of. And there's only two stories here. But this is going to be local stories that, our readers bring to us. And this one here is a piece that I wrote a while ago. It's talking about all the raises that were authorized by Gordon. I mean, he signed the bill, and everybody was supposed to get education was supposed to get a big raise, and none of the school districts gave it to them. So that's what that piece is about. Now, if you go to Voices and Views, this is all of the opinion. And you'll notice that all of our articles are labeled columns or Wyoming Watch or, House Insider, but they're all labeled. So we're very clear on what we think opinion is and what opinion is not, and what we think news is and what it is not. So we're trying to be really, really clear. And so there's a clear distinction between those. And that's what you don't get from the Wyoming media. Now, this other category here, Livewire, and this is the part that I can't show you because the video you're watching right now is being broadcast on these two channels. But the Roundup, that's going to be our nightly news broadcast from Cheyenne. We're going to do Rebecca, why don't you tell us what the Roundup is going to be? You kind of mentioned it earlier, but go into a little bit more detail here.
Well, every night after the session, we want it to be something that you can tune into while you're driving home from work or you're cooking dinner, and you just really actually hear what happened that day. Maybe we'll talk about something in a committee meeting, or something that's very relevant and that's the actual facts. So we might have legislators talk for a few minutes. We might have just concerned citizens tell us what's going on. But every night during the session, in theory, unless something crazy happens, you can tune in and get a quick update.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We're going to be able to pull in legislators from, from your hometown. And the cool thing is, we're really close to the Capitol, so it should be pretty easy for us to grab a couple people and to bring them in. So that's the roundup. And then this program is on the Cowboy State Politics Live page. That's the other one I can't show you because this is being broadcast on both of those. And then the other one is my podcast. You can get everything here that you want, and it's just another way for you to get it. And so anyway, that's pretty much the whole shooting match. But there is another really cool part of this that I'm so excited about this. So in 2 weeks, should be 2 weeks, we have a mobile app that will be available. It's in development right now. It's beta testing should happen, I think, in 2 weeks, which will make it available to everybody. I got the first one I went with was the Android version because I have an Android phone. Sorry for you Apple people. Sorry, Rebecca. And then today I'm going to start putting together the Apple version of it. And so we'll have both the Android and Apple version of our mobile app ready to go. I'm hoping by the session. Never know how long these things take, but definitely we'll have the Android ready to go. So all of this is super exciting, and I can't tell you how grateful I am to you, Rebecca, for helping to make this thing happen. And I think this is going to be great for the state.
There's a ton going on, all the elections, all the nuclear waste scams people have busted, all the wind energy projects. No one is really telling you the truth. They try to make people like Tara Nethercott look like a hero. And they, are so derogatory towards Chuck Gray. And we're tired of that. And so we're just going to shoot you with the facts, tell it like it is, and hopefully raise your awareness. And I hope we move further towards conservative values come November.
Now, that's one other thing that I wanted to talk with our audience about. I'm so sick of not hearing both sides. And the point in a news platform is that you get both sides. And so, even if there's stuff that we don't agree with, you're going to see it pop up on the website right now. There's an op-ed piece from a guy that, I don't really get along with him too much, but he sent me an op-ed and he's got an opinion too. So we went ahead and published it. That's not to say that we're going to publish everything, because, there's only so much space we have. But we're going to make a real effort to show you both sides of what's going on. And that is definitely something that you don't get right now.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. All I have to do is make it to mid-February without another speeding ticket, and
don't do that.
Have cleared the year where they were going to take my license. So I'm looking forward to spending lots of time in Cheyenne. And thanks, David, for being a little partner with me on this. Oh yeah, man. Well, hopefully this turns into be a big thing, and I think it will, and I'm super excited. So thank you very much for everything that you've done, and it's going to be fun going forward. Thank you. All right. Thanks, Rebecca.